Before getting started with your dog's separation anxiety training, it's really important that you do an initial assessment of their baseline behavior so that you know where you should even begin with your training in the first place. The way we do that is by putting a camera on your dog, you leave the house, and then we watch the dog's behavior as they start to become anxious, ideally with you returning before they hit full-blown panic. The reason we need to do this is because every dog is going to show different behaviors when they are becoming anxious, and they're going to show those different behaviors at different points in the process. We also need to discuss some relationship dynamics between you and your dog at the same time, because yes, it's important that we don't throw a party every time we come home, but I also don't like the advice of fully ignore the dog every time you walk through the door. What I prefer instead is for people to very casually acknowledge their dog when they walk through the door. If it was a particularly difficult absence, for example, in the initial assessment, sometimes the dogs do actually start to panic a little bit, then I do recommend comforting them in a calm way, doing whatever you need to do to help them feel better and come down from that anxiety is helpful and is something that I do recommend in the majority of cases. The goal is that when you're doing training, those sessions are easy enough that you can just come and go and your dog is ignoring you. Therefore, you can ignore them and have that be a normal, socially appropriate thing to do. And with that information that we get during that initial absence assessment, we can build a training plan based on that threshold criteria of what your dog can and cannot tolerate. And that, combined with the 4 other components that I talked about in previous videos, is how we're able to set them up for success as we get started with their separation anxiety training.